Now, for many of us, music is a part of our daily lives. Some of us use it as an alarm to wake us up in the morning. Many of us use it as a soundtrack as we're getting ready for our day, as we're in our car on our commute to work or school. And gosh, how many of us use it as just background noise as we're going through our daily tasks, be it doing chores, homework, working out, or various other things. But did you know that music actually has great therapeutic and health impacts as well? Today, we're going to look at some of the benefits of music therapy in clinical settings. And we'll do that by discussing three things. First, we're just going to define what is music therapy and answer that question. Next, we're going to look at some of the benefits of music therapy in clinical sessions. And finally, we'll look at how to become a music therapist for those of you that may be interested in becoming a music therapist or just find the information interesting. Now, much of the information we'll share today, statistics and information, will come from two sources, and they are the American Music Therapy Association, or AMTA, and the Peterson Family Foundation. So let's start with just defining music therapy. What is music therapy? Well, music therapy is the clinical use of music to help improve health. Now, we see examples of music therapy throughout history. One of my favorite examples from thousands of years ago is from the Bible in the Old Testament, where David played his harp for King Saul to help relieve him of bad spirits. Well, fast forward to today, and we're seeing children, teens, and adults finding benefit, clinical benefit, and health benefit from personalized music therapy. Now, we're seeing great statistics as well. According to the AMTA, 51% of children in the ER or in emergency situations have seen lower distress and pain scores when listening to music as opposed to those that don't. So that's really encouraging. Next, we're going to look at some of the benefits of music therapy today, and we'll start with pain relief. Now, one of the great benefits of music therapy in those sessions is that they're seeing a lower perceived pain. Well, if the pain perception is lower, that means it takes less medication to manage pain, and less medication in medical situations is always a great thing. Another thing that we're looking at is stress reduction and how music therapy is helping with stress reduction in clinical situations and with patients. Of course, we all know that music is a huge stress reliever for many of us, again, just by having it on as background noise, but now we're starting to see the health benefits of it as well in clinics and in hospitals. And finally, we're going to look at brain function. Now, this information is still pretty new, but what we're seeing is that the auditory cortex and the limbic system, the auditory cortex where we process sound and music, the limbic system where we process emotions, they're seeing some of the research and the effects of music therapy on those two systems are helping with long-term memory and in memory care, and specifically with Alzheimer's and dementia patients. They're starting to see some really promising results in those areas. Now, here's a great quote from Psychology Today. All forms of music have therapeutic effects, although music from one's own culture may be most effective. So as we're looking at music therapy and how it helps specifically in long-term care and memory care, it's always best to go back to the music that they grew up with and loved. And finally, today we're going to discuss how to become a music therapist. Now, it starts with your education, and we're starting to see that there are now bachelor's degrees available and upper level or graduate and doctorate degrees as well for music therapy. Most of those are going to be a BA or a Bachelor of Arts or a BM, Bachelor of Music in Music Therapy, although we're seeing more and more BS or Bachelor of Science in Music Therapy as well. The next step is the internship or the field work, and they require 1,200 hours of field work or internship now so that you can become board certified as a music therapist. Again, there's board certification at all three levels, either the bachelor's level, the master's level, or the doctorate level, and that certification is done by the CBMT, or the Certification Board for Music Therapists and Therapies. The great news is that we're seeing more and more places where people can find colleges and schools where people can find their bachelor's degree in music therapy. Right now, there's 70 plus AMTA approved music therapy BA or BM programs in the US, and each year that number grows more and more. So we talked about what music therapy is and defined that. We looked at some of the benefits of music therapy when we talk about pain, we talk about stress, we talk about brain function, and we talked about how to become a music therapist, the education, the field work, and the certification. Now, for me, of course, music helps set my mood, and I know it does for a lot of others. For me, music evokes an emotional response, and I know that's the same for many people as well. But I'm really excited about the growth in the field of music therapy. So that's not just an emotional response, so that's not just a mood, but that we're seeing therapeutic health responses to music and music therapy as well. Thanks for watching my speech.